The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 256,148. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 6,303. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,366, with total confirmed deaths at 67. We anticipate those numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Ben McCain. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, September 17th. As fires continue to burn, the U.S. Forest Service announced all 18 national forests in California will remain closed at least through the end of the weekend. According to CAL FIRE, there are currently 26 wildfires that have burned more than 2.9 million acres. More than 17,000 firefighters continue to battle the fires as the state experiences unprecedented and historic fire conditions. The Bobcat Fire, which broke out on September 6th, is said to be only 3% contained as of today. The Pentagon also announced today that 250 Marines and sailors are now assisting firefighting efforts against the Creek Fire burning in Central California, which is only 18% contained. At the request of the National Interagency Fire Center, U.S. Army North, U.S. Northern Command's Joint Force Land Component Command will oversee the military support effort. COVID-19 is also showing its impact among pregnant women. That's according to a new study released by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC released a new report that found preterm deliveries of babies were linked to coronavirus infections. The CDC also tracked miscarriages and stillbirths in patients with the virus. The research looked at medical data on nearly 600 hospital patients between March and mid-August who both tested positive for COVID-19 and were pregnant. Among the 444 births during the study, 12.6% were preterm deliveries, which is more than 25% higher than the rate of preterm deliveries for the general U.S. population. Preterm births were 3 times more common in symptomatic patients than those who did not show any symptoms of illness. And while 10 patients experienced either a miscarriage or stillbirth, the report stated that the study likely underestimates the percentage of pregnancy loss that occurred among women with COVID-19. 5 of the pregnancy losses occurred after 20 weeks into the pregnancy. This study was echoed in a new article published in the Journal of American Medical Association that noted higher instances of preterm labor and cesarean births among those infected with COVID-19 and significantly higher instances of stillbirths during the pandemic at a London hospital. The CDC also reported that pregnant Black and Latina patients appeared to be disproportionately affected by COVID-19 as well. The CDC suggests that while there is no way to ensure zero risk of infection, there are preventative steps women and families can take to limit the risk. The CDC says to limit close contact with others outside of your home as much as possible. Wear a mask, social distance, wash hands often, and avoid activities where proactive measures may be difficult and social distancing cannot be maintained. Pregnant women are also advised to get the flu vaccine during the pregnancy to help protect mother and unborn baby. You can see more tips online at cdc.gov/coronavirus. As children spend more time in front of electronic devices during the pandemic, health experts are sharing concerns of overexposure to blue light. United Healthcare Chief Eye Care Officer Dr. Scott Edmonds says kids have a risk of developing nearsightedness or myopia as children are spending more than the normal number of hours in front of computer screens during distance learning. He suggests children should get outside and be exposed to natural light and look at objects at a distance so their eyes develop naturally to look at things at a distance. While in moderation it may not be a big problem, Dr. Edmonds says people are exposed to natural blue light all day, potentially up to 13 hours a day. While the effects of long-term exposure is still unknown, recent studies show it is toxic to the retina in high amounts. Blue light is a high-intensity short wavelength range of visible light and one of the most common side effects of blue light exposure is pain in your eyes and headaches. It could also lead to blurry, dry, and sore eyes and can lead to macular degeneration. Parents are encouraged to make changes, including moving the screen from the child's face and keeping it at about 30 inches away, which significantly reduces direct exposure. Parents should also practice the 20-20-20 rule into your child's daily routine. Every 20 minutes, look at an object 20 feet away for 20 seconds to help break away the blue light intensity. Edmonds also says there are blue light blocking glasses available for children and adults as well. Children should also eat a diet rich in vitamins C, E, and antioxidants, and parents should schedule them for an annual eye exam. As the Jewish high holidays, Rosh Hashanah begins on Friday, September 18th, and Yom Kippur on September 27th, this traditional holy time will be unique and different than ever before. Los Angeles County health officials urge the public to celebrate virtually or with only members in your household this year due to the pandemic. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, marks the start of the high holidays at sunset tomorrow. And 10 days later, Yom Kippur begins at sundown on September 27th, which is a day of atonement. Officials say events like these holidays, along with baby showers, birthday parties, study groups, and gatherings with friends, should not take place in order to minimize the risk of exposure. As LA County hospitalization rates and new confirmed cases continue to show a steady decline, health officials advised avoiding large gatherings with anyone outside of your home due to a fear of another surge in cases like the ones seen after Memorial Day holiday and 4th of July. Now, since the pandemic, many synagogues in Los Angeles County have begun offering virtual services and gift packages. With this holiday coming up, many have provided care packages to its members, including a prayer book, memorial book, and candle, honey sticks, apple caramel candy, and a book of reflections. This week marks the beginning of National Hispanic Heritage Month. The celebration that runs from September 15th through October 15th honors the cultures and contributions of both Hispanic and Latino Americans whose ancestors come from Mexico, Spain, the Caribbean, Central, as well as South America. Hispanic Heritage Week was first observed under President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1968 and later extended to a month-long celebration by President Ronald Reagan in 1988. On September 15th, President Donald Trump released his official National Hispanic Heritage Month proclamation highlighting Hispanic Americans as the largest minority group in the U.S. and applauded Hispanic Americans for embodying American values and serving the country through the military and law enforcement. This year, communities across the country marked the achievements of Hispanic and Latino Americans with virtual festivals, online art shows, Zoom conferences, and educational activities through distance learning. The Heritage Month starts in the middle of September to correspond with the independence of many countries like Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, and Chile. Here in the United States, Hispanic and Latino Americans account for nearly 17% of the total U.S. population, making up the largest ethnic minority. With just 2 weeks to go until the U.S. Census Bureau ends its counting efforts, the public is encouraged to go online and participate to ensure every person is counted. Since April, in-person counting resumed and mail-ins, phone surveys, and online participation has continued, but still lags the 100% participation needed the Census Bureau hopes to achieve. The counting ends on September 30th, and according to the census, 4 out of 10 households nationwide still have not taken the survey, which is a constitutionally mandated count of every person living in the United States. The census, which takes place every 10 years, helps to determine funding that goes to states, counties, and cities for roads, schools, housing improvements, and more. It also determines the number of representatives in Congress based on the number of citizens in each state. The 2020 census is easy and takes just a few minutes, and all answers are confidential. Some of the sample questions include: how many people are living in your home as of April 1st, names of persons living in your household, and race of each person. The census says these questions allow the organization to create statistics about race to help federal agencies monitor compliance with anti-discrimination provisions such as Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. The 12 quick and easy questions can be found online at 2020census.gov. You can review the questions, which also have explanations about why those questions are asked and how it serves the public. Again, that website is 2020census.gov. Well, the number of unemployment claims dropped this past week. According to the U.S. Labor Department's weekly report, less Americans filed for benefits by nearly 33,000 claims, bringing the new weekly total to 860,000. That brings the total to more than 29 million people who are still claiming unemployment benefits through all programs since the week ending in August 29th. Prior to the pandemic, unemployment applications had never exceeded 700,000 in a week. And now, for the past 26 consecutive weeks, that number has topped 700,000 consistently, making April through June the worst 3 months on record as millions of jobs were lost. From May through August, the economy saw a boost in reemployment with 10.6 million jobs added. According to the Labor Department's latest report, the state of Hawaii is currently suffering the worst unemployment rate of 20.3%, followed by California, which jumped to second on the list at 17.3% unemployed, and Nevada fell into the third spot at 15.6%. New York and Puerto Rico round out the top 5 worst job markets. Well, the reward announced to help capture a wanted gunman in Los Angeles just went up to nearly $300,000 as anonymous donations helped to triple the initial amount offered. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors authorized the $100,000 reward earlier this week for information leading to the arrest and conviction of a gunman who shot 2 deputies multiple times outside a Metro train station in Compton. Those added funds are from the Association for LA Deputy Sheriffs, who made a $75,000 contribution as well as a $25,000 donation by the LA County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, plus 2 private donors, which added $75,000 to the award. LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva announced on Wednesday that one of the officers who suffered gunshot wounds to his forehead, arms, and hand had been released from the intensive care unit and is close to being released from the hospital with additional surgeries needed. His partner remains in the ICU. Surveillance video released by the Sheriff's Department showed an individual dressed in black shorts and a dark jacket walk up to the side of the patrol vehicle and open fire without warning. Anyone with information can call 323-890-5555. That's 5500. That number again, 323-890-5500. Or you can go online to lacrimestoppers.org to remain anonymous. Former President Barack Obama announced plans to release his long-awaited presidential memoir on November 17th. The 768-page book recounts his experiences during his time in the White House. A Promised Land, which was started shortly after leaving the Oval Office, is a first of 2 volumes. It will cover his earliest political aspirations, his 2008 presidential campaign, as well as assembling his cabinet, dealing with a global financial crisis, the Affordable Care Act, and authorizing the mission that led to the death of Osama bin Laden. Obama tweeted this morning, "There's no feeling like finishing a book, and I'm proud of this one. In A Promised Land, I try to provide an honest accounting of my presidency, the forces we grapple with as a nation, and how we can heal our divisions and make democracy work for everybody." This will be Obama's 4th book and his first since leaving the White House. His previous titles include Dreams from My Father, released in 1995, The Audacity of Hope, published in 2006, and a children's book of The I Sing, a letter to my daughters, in 2010. Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden will face a live audience of voters in a unique primetime television town hall tonight. With 47 days until the election, CNN will host tonight's event beginning at 8 p.m. in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It will be Biden's first town hall since accepting the nomination. Biden and moderator Anderson Cooper will be in front of an audience attending in a drive-in fashion in separate cars. Attendees who may have typically taken a seat in a small auditorium or amphitheater will instead participate from their vehicles and have to adhere to health and safety protocols. 3 people per car will be allowed entry to the venue. Biden and Cooper are expected to stay 8 to 10 feet apart at all times and will be masked before they come out on stage. Earlier this week, anchor George Stephanopoulos moderated individual questions to President Donald Trump in an ABC News town hall. This event was held at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. The Torrance Police Department issued a notice today letting the public know there will be increased enforcement with officers looking for distracted drivers. Under the state's hands-free cell phone law, drivers are not allowed to hold a phone or electronic device while driving to talk, text, or use an app. Other distractions include eating, grooming, talking to passengers, using GPS, adjusting the radio, taking off a jacket, reaching for an object on the floor, or navigating the dashboard touchscreen. A first offense violation could cost more than $150. Authorities suggest if drivers need to take a call or look up directions, they should pull over to a safe parking spot. Before getting on the road, drivers should also silence their phones or put it somewhere that can't be reached. Increased enforcement will take place on Friday, September 18th, as well as on Monday, September 21st. This campaign is funded by a grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. El Camino College's parking lot will transform into a drive-in theater this weekend. The Automobile Driving Museum will host a fundraiser on Saturday, September 19th, and will include a live musical performance. This is part of Summer Swing Nights, which typically invites crowds of swing fans and classic car aficionados to the museum's industrial space in El Segundo. Now in its third year, this weekend's event will have a COVID-19 compliant twist to their traditional celebration. It will be socially distanced and will be live streamed. The drive-in edition begins at 7 p.m. The live stream broadcast will begin at 6 p.m. Funds raised will help support the museum. For more information, go to automobiledrivingmuseum.org. Well, there's one more day to enjoy all of the city's great dining specials with Taste O Summer coming to an end tomorrow. Discover Torrance, the city's Visitors Bureau, kicked off Taste O Summer on Labor Day for a 2-week food tour through the city. Nearly 24 participating restaurants have offered nightly specials, deals, and limited-time menus. Some of the great deals include King Mediterrano, where you can enjoy free hummus with your meal. King's Hawaiian Bakery and Restaurant is also offering a special menu item called the Aloha Bowl. The Aloha Bowl special that's sure to wake up your palate. And if you're craving Mexican cuisine, hop over to La Capilla in downtown Torrance. They're offering a beer or margarita combo with your choice of enchiladas, tacos, relleno, or tamale with rice and beans for just $15. Now, if you're looking to stock up on some meals for later, Lazy Dog is offering 50% off of their frozen dinners. Just use the code TorranceTV. They heat up just like how it's served in the restaurant. So don't miss out on this deal. You can check out the list of participating restaurants and discover Torrance.com. Tomorrow kicks off another 3 days of new segments on Weekends in Torrance. Be sure to tune in right here on Torrance City Cable at 2 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This weekend, we'll take you to a special milestone birthday celebration for one of the city's oldest residents. Plus, meet this rising softball star from Torrance. See how she's keeping her skills sharp even during this pandemic. And with fire season upon us, the Torrance Fire Department shares tips on how to keep areas in and around your home safe from potential fires. This and much more. Tune in every day this weekend at 2 p.m. You can find us on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Verizon Fios Channel 31, streaming on our website, as well as on YouTube. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to join us back here on Monday at 4 p.m. with Leslie Robbins as she brings you the latest updates. Have a safe weekend, be healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.